It's time for...
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
And you also did this deck, so we're going to be talking about, what is it called? This one is Deep Blue.
Cluse.
There we
This
go.
is a Bant deck, green, white, blue. And then the two new commanders that you got going on is Morska. You have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, investigate. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you put 2 1/1 counters on Morska. The other one is Sophia, Dogged Detective. It's a 3/4. Whenever it enters the battlefield, create a tiny legendary 2/2 green creature dog with trample. You can pay 1, sacrifice an artifact token to put a 1/1 counter on each dog you control. And then whenever a dog you control deals combat damage to a player, create a food token that investigates. So it kind of creates its own things that can sacrifice and put more counters on your dogs.
A lot of things going on there, yeah.
Right. That's a big one. I like that one better than Morska.
Yeah, I do too, because that
But we'll
just
see.
kind of turns into let's draw cards and turn that into Voltron. Okay, so reprints in this one. What are your how many do we have that are over $10, and what are those? 3.
You have 3 that are over $10, and that ends up being $52.50. But the first one we can point out is Adrix and Nev, twin casters.
All right.
It is
Adrix,
2 in
there we
green
go.
and a blue. Yeah, never expected this card to be reprinted, honestly. Like before this whole aggressive reprints that they're doing. This card's up at $19.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a great card for creature
realize it
token
was that
decks,
expensive.
blue token decks. Yeah. So and it's a fantastic card. I'm just surprised that they're actually reprinting it. The next one that they're reprinting that is $18-19 is Benny Barack's Zoologist.
Oh, Benny. I didn't realize Benny was up there just regular.
I didn't either, but
there he is.
He is. It's whenever a token comes into play, 1 time per turn, you get to draw a card. Yeah, and that one's $18-19 as well.
I mean, it's a
And then
fantastic card. Like, I get why
It
it's that expensive, but yeah. Okay,
Right.
what's the last
2
one?
And the last one's Coma Cosmos Serpent, which is fucking
What is that one?
20 mana.
Comba?
Coma. It's
Oh,
probably
this
the
one.
big
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't that
So
from...
that one is sitting at 15-ish.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's not a bad deal.
Let me jump over to our
just
actual
making a bunch of tokens.
value to
Protects
everything
itself.
here. Get off of that one. Let's go to this one. Okay, so you mentioned 3 cards, 53 total. You had 11 cards. Why does number 2 want me to say zoologist? I can say zoologist. It's a word I can say.
Did I not say it?
No, I
I
don't
thought
know.
I said zoologist.
I think it's
my
more.
pen is
I think it's more. He's trying to make me say words that I don't know. Then we have cards. 11 cards that are between. Well, I have 1 and 10, but we've been doing the cutoff at 2. So your total is 64. Your total for the whole deck is $117 in reprint value. Now, there's again, I think each one of these decks.
I do want to say 2 really quick ones.
Okay.
Chulane's being reprinted. Alondra's being reprinted. There's one more.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to
maybe.
mention then the last deck too.
Yeah.
Some of the bigger ones are nice to.
And so
kinda-
those ones are also fairly big, like almost making the cut to that $10 plus. They're crazy good cards. You got Farewell in here. That's another like really good one. So this deck is stacked.
has a lot of good value. Yeah, you can see. I mean, that's
And then the
64 cards
117
or
number.
$64 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
So
Good stuff.
what
All
are we
right.
at again?
117. But let's look at the 2 cards that you picked out here.
That's right.
For what you wanted to talk about. So you got this one first.
Tangle Trove Kelp. This one turns your clues into 6/6s.
That's crazy.
And basically, I think it's a finisher in a clue deck that is working blue. I was kind of gearing towards like I find it interesting rather than like
really
going to
good.
be really expensive because 7 mana is a lot.
Right.
But it is a finisher in clue decks.
Yeah.
Like it potentially has. I don't think it's anything crazy by any means, but it's good in clue decks.
Yep.
For sure.
Tag that one. All right. And then your second one.
Knowledge is power. I like this one a lot. It's an enchantment that creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn. That's crazy
really fun.
in some decks.
Yeah, if you have instant speed draw and somebody's doing damage or you're attacking and they're blocking, and then you're like, well, brainstorm, draw 3 cards and whatever, and they get 3+3.
All my creatures get +3/+3.
So I think this is the fact that it's an enchantment. When I first read it, I was like, oh, this is an okay instant spell, but I'm like, oh, enchantment, this is pretty fantastic. It just sits there the whole time. So yeah, I like that one.
Like, I have my refined deck that every time you attack with a creature, you draw a card, discard a card. Like, you'd attack with 6 1/1 flyers, and there's 7/7 flyers after that trigger. Like, it's a crazy card in some decks.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, it's time for.
Is it worth it? Let me work
I mean, this one
it. I put my
seems
thing down, flip it and
it
reverse
seems
it.
pretty obvious where we're gonna go with this one, right? I mean, I personally, with the value that's there, the cards that are in it, you got 3 cards that total over 53 or at 53. So you have just those 3 cards pay for the deck in itself.
Yeah.
And then you have 11 other cards that total up to 64. For me, this is definitely it's worth it. And I'm guessing you're in the same boat. Yep, you're in the same boat.
I'm in the same boat. It's a slam dunk in my mind. It has a handful of really good cards. I'd say the newer cards aren't as good as the red-white deck, but the reprints make it just a guaranteed. You're getting great, solid cards that are very playable. And then you're really heavy into the Clue theme, which is a lot of fun too, in my opinion. Very fair Magic. This is a buy for me at the price of $40.
And like AJ mentioned in this too, as he said, this is actually a good one great for beginners. So this one seems like it could be a good one, unless he was meaning the other one. It just depends on when he wrote that comment.